The government pays me to own this property every single month with guaranteed rent payments. I want to show you by the end of this video how you can do this too. A couple of great things about this property is I bought it with no cash, no credit, and no credentials. I use Creative Finance. My name is Pace Morby in Lubbock, Texas. By the end of this video, you'll know how to find deals just like this, how to structure them with Creative Finance just like I did. That's no bank, no credit, no cash. We'll also do a whiteboard video at the end of this video, so stick around for that. And the most important thing is how the government pays me. It's called Super Section 8. We're gonna teach you exactly what Super Section 8 is. I think by now everybody knows what Section 8 vouchers are, where the government basically guarantees the real estate investor 80 to 90% of the rent every single month for each one of these tenants. Some people don't even know what HUD-VASH is, where there's veteran programs that are very similar to Section 8. What's great about Section 8 and HUD-VASH programs is that every single month, the government fills my mailbox with rent payments, no matter what happens, whether these tenants have a job or they don't. One of the biggest things I'm worried about in the future is the AI revolution, robotics, and joblessness. I feel like the economy is going to get worse over the next 10 years until it gets better. People are losing their jobs in droves and unemployment is going to skyrocket. So what exactly can we do? I watch YouTubers left, right, and center talking about all the problems, but nobody talks about what the heck you should be doing. Here's the deadly combo. Acquire properties, 24 units or larger, on Creative Finance using seller finance subject to, then turn these properties into either co-living, Section 8, or HUD-VASH houses. And the reason being is because I now have guaranteed affordable housing where I'm actually contributing to the economy, solving a problem, and getting guaranteed rent payments by the government. The reason why we call these Super Section 8 properties is because, think about it, I've got 24 tenants in this property, 24. Not one of them need a job for me to collect rent payments on a monthly basis. Now, where do we find properties like this? We find them on Crexy.com, LoopNet.com, DealSauce.io, CreativeListing.com, and a variety of other places. Where this deal came from specifically is one of my students brought this deal to me that he found on CreativeListing.com. He negotiated the terms, he got the deal all packaged and ready for me, and I bought the deal paying him a $40,000 finder's fee. Now, how did I come up with that money? Because people always say, Pace, you said no cash out of your pocket. You're right. I brought in a private money lender. If you guys want a private money lender list, I'll give you one in the description down below. Forgive the wind if the wind is annoying. What I love about Super Section 8 is that every single tenant in this property is being paid for by the government. Again, either Section 8 vouchers or HUD-VASH programs, all 24 tenants. I don't have to worry about whether they have a job. I don't have to worry about what's going to happen in the economy. I don't have to worry about whether the whole entire world falls apart because I know one thing is guaranteed. The government is going to continue to print money. And they're going to print money not just for whatever they're doing, but they're going to print money to keep people off the streets. That is a guaranteed rule for the last 100+ years. These programs are not only going to continue to exist like Section 8 and HUD-VASH, but they're going to introduce even more of these programs in the local state municipalities. In fact, municipalities all over the country, state and local county municipalities are coming out with programs to help real estate investors cover their rents. And so I'm going to buy properties that might not look like the most sexy property on the planet. In fact, I'm sitting next to dog right here. But the beautiful thing is, this thing is paying for the food on my kid's plate. It's paying for my payment on my house. This thing's paying for car payments, etc., no matter what the world does. What I worry about is I have some higher end properties where those white collar jobs are actually going to be replaced. And I look at those properties and I go, I think I should get rid of those properties because I believe in 5 to 7 years, most of those jobs will be gone. AI is replacing. If you guys saw just last week, the jobs report erased 911,000 jobs from last year's reporting. 911,000 jobs. We are in the weakest labor market of the last 20+ years. It is catastrophic. So I watch some of my favorite YouTubers. While they give great insight into what is happening in the market, they don't really give you specific advice on how to make money. And this is what my YouTube channel is all about, is finding properties just like this one on and turning it into a property that will give you forever cash flow. Now, what's beautiful about Section 8 and HUD-VASH as well is that if these tenants misuse or mistreat this property, they have a 100% chance of losing their voucher. And if their voucher is covering 80 to 95% of their entire rent, and sometimes even more depending on the tenant, why would they ever mistreat my property? A lot of these tenants will stay for years and years and years and never damage, ruin, or degrade my property. I can teach people how to bring properties just like this to me. And so you might be watching and going, well, Pace, I'm not ready to manage properties. I'm not ready to deal with cash flow. I'm not ready to deal with mailbox money and go find Section 8 tenants and partner with the local government. I need today money. Well, the beautiful thing about creative finance and what I teach is that you can learn how to find properties just like this and bring them to investors in the sub-2 community. Again, the student who found this deal got paid $40,000 just bringing this deal to me. I buy it, I bring the private money to the table, I structure the deal, which we'll talk about later in a whiteboard video, and that student walks away with $40,000 and got paid to just bring the deal. If that's you, type Deal Finder in the comment section below. And if you're more like me, gotten to a bigger phase where you want to scale your portfolio, type in portfolio in the comment section below. I want to see who's watching this video. While I think single family properties are absolutely amazing, one of the problems I had is as I get older, I don't want to go slow. I realize how fast time goes. And so I watch people teaching, going to Ohio or Iowa or the Midwest and buying these little crappy $60,000 to $100,000 properties. But what they're doing is they're teaching you guys how to go put down payments and get bank loans to buy these properties. You can do what I'm doing no matter where you are in the world. You don't need a social security number to do creative finance. So I don't teach people to go to banks. In fact, my slogan is tank the bank. I don't want to go to banks. I don't want to ask for permission to buy stuff like this. I want to find landlords who own properties like this that are ready to retire and ask them to sell these to me on seller finance. The structure of this deal, which we'll jump to a whiteboard here in a couple of minutes, allows me to avoid the banks, avoid Social Security, avoid credit checks, bank records, tax returns, and everything, literally everything, 100% of the time I buy these properties is avoided. Then on top of it, I'm avoiding single family acquisition. What would you rather do? Buy one single family property and turn into Section 8, wait 6 more months. It would take you 12 years to replace what I bought in 12 days. Without a bank, without credit, without cash. While I believe Section 8 is amazing on single family and it does work in multiple states, Super Section 8 works in every single state. And the best part is these people that are selling these properties want to retire, avoid capital gains, and sell these property to you on creative finance. Let's jump into a whiteboard video so I can explain to you step by step how the deal is structured and how much money I make on a daily basis. I'm in my Phoenix office. We're going to do a whiteboard video, see if you guys can be as smart as this group of people. Who the heck are you guys?
OC, baby.
Okay, these are some of my very best friends, business partners of mine, people I've done a lot of deals with. And so I want to break down a problem that I have on a 12-plex that we're turning into a 24-plex, okay? I kind of give away the situation. So I have this property, Colgate Street. I've already done about 8 minutes of this YouTube video so far, and now we're doing a whiteboard breakdown. I bought the property for $745. I got it sub-2 seller finance, combined rate, not super important, but my combined rate is around 5%, okay? My payment every single month is $3,718. Now, each each unit is being rented for $600 to $700. The average rent rate is $660 per month. Following me? Now, it's currently a 12-unit apartment. I want to refinance because I have to refinance. I have a major problem on this property. The problem is I have a balloon that's coming due on May 1st, 2026. So we're coming up pretty quick. I want to refinance and I want to pay off this balloon, but I want to amplify revenue on this property. What would you guys do to amplify revenue on this property? These are regular renters, by the way.
Section 8.
Okay, I like that one. Adam says Section 8. Okay, Section 8 is one option. What's another option?
Co-living.
Co-living, okay. Let's decide which one I should go with. So co-living, what's an upside of Section 8 that I don't have to deal with co-living?
Guaranteed money.
Okay, guaranteed money, which also removes what activity from me that I have to do every month? Management, and what else?
Marketing.
Marketing, there you go. So actually Adam and I are looking at buying a 24-plex in New Orleans right now. In order to fill those people up, if we do Section 8 on most of those or HUD-VASH on some of those as well, it eliminates the need to do marketing for co-living, right? And one of the reasons we like PadSplit or other companies like that is they'll do the marketing for us. So upside to this, I like Abraham, he always comes in late. The upside to Section 8 is what again?
Marketing.
Lack of marketing, I don't have to do any marketing. Guaranteed money. Section 8 tenant's going to stay longer or shorter than co-living?
Longer.
Way longer. Are we talking months, years?
3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years. So if I go Section 8, I've got 3 to 5 years here. Cool. What's the upside to co-living?
Higher revenue.
Higher revenue.
Potential.
I like that. I like that caveat right there. So higher revenue. So let's break down the math. If I go Section 8 on these 12 units, my Section 8 income, we've already gone through the HUD office. Our Section 8 is $1,200 per month. I could almost double my rent. Now, why is it so significant? How can I go from 60 to 1,200? Because the previous landlord that I bought it from never raised the rent for like 10 years. So it was due for a rent raise anyway. So I could go from my current income on the property is around $7,500 a month right now with regular renters. Okay? If I go to Section 8 at $1,200, I'm going to be somewhere around $15,000 per month. Do we like this idea? Do you think this would give me the ability to refinance this property?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can now, I would keep it as a 12 unit in this situation, or I can go co-living, and on a co-living, I can turn each one of these, the unit mix would make it so I have about 2.5 people per unit. Some units are 3 beds, some units are 2, okay? So I can do 2.5 people per 12. So what does that turn me into? That turns me into about 30 people that can rent. I can rent these units for about $700 a month.
21,000.
Okay, so 21,000. Now, some of my favorite investors are in this room right here. Who's going with Section 8? Who's going with co-living, and why? Give me some feedback.
Section 8.
Okay, why are we going with Section 8? What do you like about Section 8 over the co-living? I got to stand close to you because my mic is on my chest. And
I like the Section 8 better than I like co-living because once they're in, they're in. I don't have to deal with it anymore. I have the convenience. I know I'm doubling what I'm currently getting now. I would rather just set it and forget it and move on with life.
okay, what else? Abraham, you going to say something?
I agree too. I would rather do Section 8 because if you look at the numbers that you put on there, 21,000, 15,000, it looks like you're getting 6,000 more, but really you're not because first off, you have to do a lot more stuff in the front end for co-living, and secondly, you're paying PadSplit, you're paying all these other people to manage it. So really after the management and after you're paying utilities and everything else, you're probably not getting as much anyway.
Interesting. And you just mentioned something that I didn't touch on this video. So Abraham brings something up. What do I have to do on a co-living that I don't have to do on Section 8 in the beginning?
Yeah, so you're gonna have to furnish it, and there's probably a few other things you're gonna have to do. It's just gonna cost money with all the stuff you're putting in there, plus you have to pay people to do all these things. And then on top of it, you're gonna have management fees that are a little bit more than Section 8, and you're gonna have a PadSplit fee on top of that if you're gonna have a management company on top of the PadSplit.
Okay, so who's going with co-living on this property? Chino?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Chino. Is there something different going on in Vegas than there is in Atlanta, Georgia? Like, what's going on? Tell us the reason.
So there's PadSplit and there's Chino split.
Okay, there's Chino split. Okay. Tell us about the Chino split. What are you doing on Chino splits?
So you know how PadSplit is like per room?
Yep.
Ours is per bed. So in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom unit, I can place 4 people in there and make around $900 each bed.
Okay, so let's do, now this is in Lubbock. This is not in Vegas.
Yes.
You rich people in Vegas hitting the lottery all the time. We have no casinos anywhere near Lubbock, okay? So none of my tenants are living on the lottery. So you're saying if I could take my units and I could have 4 people, your average in Vegas is what? 900?
Yes.
900 a bed. Okay, so this also brings up and highlights why some people are going away from PadSplit from a management service because PadSplit would not allow you to do this. Is anybody self-managing any of their co-living? Okay, okay, you're having somebody else manage it. And it's a lower, are they allowing one person per room or they don't care?
One person per room, but their costs are lower.
Okay, cool. So Chino is self-managing. You're bringing,
I have a team.
but your team, right? You've got 4 people, 900 beds, 900 per person. Let's say because I'm in Lubbock, I'm not in Vegas, I do this for $750. Fair?
Okay. Yep.
So I'm bringing in 3,000, that's crazy. I'm bringing in 3,000 per unit, which means I could do $36,000 a month in revenue on that unit. Who is now going with the Chino split? Anybody? Are you okay with the management though, Uncle Lonzo?
Personally?
Your wife, love her. Did you see her head? Okay, so depending on your structure of your corporation and what your goals are, you're going to choose to either go co-living or Chino split, right? Depending on which way you want to go. How many people are doing Section 8 instead of it? Okay, most people are going to go Section 8. Got it. Okay. What are the downsides to Section 8 if we choose to go this route?
So Section 8, you have to pass certain inspections. They dictate what your unit has to be, what you have to do, everything has to be fixed, and it's oftentimes on their schedule. So before you can raise those rents, you have to make sure you pass those inspections whenever they get around to it. So if you only have 6 months to do this refinance, to do all 12 units and get it up to the dollar amount that you want to get to, it may be a really tight window to do that.
All right, any sides to Section 8, anybody?
You have to, they're going to set the rent, and necessarily the government's not going to pay all the rent. Maybe the tenant has to pay some of it, so you still have to deal with the tenant paying part of the rent in certain situations.
All right, so one more time, Section 8 people, you're choosing Section 8 on this? People going co-living? Of course, Adam was waiting me to, bro, of course. All right, so there's the whiteboard breakdown that I promised you guys. I promised this to Zach too, our YouTube editor. By the way, tell Zach that you love him for doing a good job on the Maddie content. Guys, did he do a good job on the Maddie stuff? Oh! All right, guys, we'll see you guys in another episode.